Good evening, everybody. Oh, I hear somebody talking in my ear already. There's a little bit of a crossover with my IFB. All right, cool. Anyway, a little minor technical difficulty. Welcome to the YouTube show here. We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I'm Ryan. This, of course, is Justin.
How you doing, guys? This is exciting because it's the first ever YouTube show live from
a remote.
Live from Cabo, yeah.
Yeah, live from. So we're going to be going through a few different watches here during the course of the show. We have Marion and we also have Anastasia. And actually, I gave Anastasia my computer right now. So she's going to be chatting with you for a few minutes. But put your comments out there. Put your questions out there. That's a big part of the show. She has a wired mic, or we call it the stick mic. She'll just mention like some of your questions out there. Justin and I will try to answer those during the course of the show. So we're going to kick off everything here, and we're going to start out with one of the watches that actually I presented today. Did you have this watch, Justin?
I did not have this watch, but I'm excited to get to this because it's really kind of that newer generation of something we had done in that Gen 2 Grand Diver.
That's right.
And then, of course, with Technomarine, we had some styles like that too. So it's really kind of the newest version of that.
Right, and it's actually what we call it the Lupa Diver, and we don't do too many Lupa Divers. So this is actually something special. And what we have is we have that silicone that's a part of the inside in which you get that bubble effect when you're looking along the inside of the timepiece. So, and it's all colored also. So that's what you're getting inside of this watch. And guys, just on the monitor, we're only getting the wide shot on here. We don't have a tight shot showing. So, but anyway, so we have a couple different color choices here. It's pretty obvious. You're either looking at the blue, you're looking at the yellow, you're looking at the green, or then of course, then the red. I'm going to give Marion then here just the blue option here to put on the wrist because this size, it's a 48 millimeter, but you know,
it works because of that strap. Absolutely. I think it can fit a lot of wrist sizes beautifully. You know, I was referencing that Generation 2 Grand Diver. You're actually going to notice the strap itself is kind of borrowed from that, where you have the dual injection system. So you have, you know, the color on the back of the watch as well. And you also have the stitching that's been done as well on this watch. So very, very cool design, guys.
Yeah. And, you know, actually one of my first Invicta watches, I don't know if you knew this, my first one was that Pro Diver. I think it was either my second or third Invicta watch was actually a Lupa Diver. The one on the bracelet, do you remember the bracelet that everybody went crazy for?
Yeah.
I have one of those.
Nice, very cool, very, very cool. So this is that silicone band, even with the stitching that's been done, guys. Then, you know, it's Lupa, so you're gonna have that really cool domed crystal that's been done, but more of that diver variation, right? So it's kind of a departure that's been done in this watch. But then you have the oil-based fluid on the inside that gives you that really cool look. Now, keep in mind, this is for aesthetics, okay? But it's based off of, you know, there's some watches that have been built years and years ago where the theory was to equalize the pressure, right? So then at that point, what is the depth rating on something like that when it's filled with liquid, right? I mean, you can take it to an extreme
That's actually
depth.
true, because then you just can really go to any sort of pressure for that. So
we now have the monitor from back home, guys.
All right, so we're going to your wrist right now, Marion. Anastasia, is anybody commenting or any special comments?
Yeah, we do have some special comments.
Okay.
Let's see. Valencia Davis says that she has the green, and that's actually my favorite as well.
Oh, it is? Okay, so Valencia has the green option here. Very nice choice.
The green. We got some hellos from Justin and Ryan from Malgot 124. So
Malgot.
you guys should say hello to her.
Hi.
All right.
Got some people tuned in from all over. We got Texas, we have Florida, Vermont. So we're happy to have some cool viewers. And hello, Mark.
All right. Oh, did Mark say hi to you?
Hi to me.
All right.
There you go.
Very, very good. So you guys, Anastasia, she's going to be monitoring maybe for the show here just on the chat, and she'll just pull out a couple of the comments. If you guys have questions, you guys have ideas, you have watches you want to see, what you like. Let's hear what you like about the course of the event here so far. We're about just over halfway through for our big event. So we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we're heading back to Minnesota, Florida, and all respected states and countries. So anything else further on this watch, Justin, that you wanted to mention?
I just, you know, I love that it's kind of the newer generation built in that Lupa design. Keep in mind, the Lupa Diver itself is highly sought after and something you very rarely see. Now that we have this in the brand new kind of liquid variation, I think that's very exciting. And you should think about this too, guys. This might be one of those styles that, you know, once it's gone, we may never see this watch again, right? One of those types of pieces.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I don't know, you know, if there's a bigger production run on this or if this has just been the it's a one and done sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. You know, you talked about the Grand Diver we had, Justin, that second generation. It was just a little bit over a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting to be able to see that dial, and I'm going to turn it just for a second here, and then I'll move it up so you can see how this works again. But it's that silicone, water-based silicone on the inside that just makes that bubble move all the way around on the inside of the watch. And Marion, you've tried a lot of the watches on. I mean, do you like the comfort that goes along with this timepiece?
I do, and it's actually not heavy at all, even though it looks big.
Correct.
But it feels very comfortable. I
And,
like it.
and I really think it's due into the construction of the watch, and then also that silicone band that complements the timepiece. So again, we're going to probably wrap this one up here. We're going to move on here to the show. This is item number, let's see, it's 647829. Again, that's item number 647829, and it is that Lupa Diver. So we're going to move on next here to our next item. And Mike, I'll take those watches from you. And this item actually happens to be more specifically for the ladies. And it happens to be the women's Wildflower Bolt Quartz Mother of Pearl Bracelet watch. We have three, actually, do we have four or just all three? We have all four color choices. That's great. So we'll go over the color choices here in just a moment, or actually what you can see from your screen. We're looking at the black, the rose tone, the silver tone, and also the rose tone, gold tone and rose tone. So I'll go through one more time here what they are. So we're just trying to figure out the logistics of this. It's just a little bit different for us here on this remote broadcast, but hopefully you guys, any other questions that you're getting here, Anastasia?
Oh, yes, people are definitely very active in this chat right now. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, figure out what's happening, but let's see. We asked some questions about the release of the Vader watch. Not sure if we're on that
Oh,
yet,
so we're going to have some more Star Wars. Is that December-ish?
Someone's interested in
December?
that.
Okay.
Yep.
Someone also said that the models need to be more included in the show, so that's
Well,
a
this
nice
is the
compliment.
first
So
step.
this might
We're happy to have them here.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are happy to be here also. Beautiful People's Lounge, hashtag Beautiful People's Lounge. So that's
Nice.
A good hashtag
Nice.
to be a
Thanks
part
for
of.
that.
I feel
Exactly.
privileged.
And lots of hashtag Team Invicta and, Invicta Watch Club.
All right,
So
very good.
that's always
Nice.
So whatever you happen to see typing right now, that's not me. That's Anastasia.
Yeah, I am on.
He just wanted to
So I'm
clarify
not
that.
responsible for whatever comes up under my name right now.
Exactly,
great.
exactly.
That's great.
I'm a spy tonight, but no worries.
Okay.
I got your back, Ryan.
All right, very
All
good.
good things, all good things.
All good things. All right, so this is that women's Wildflower Bolt Quartz, and I'll just go through the color choices real quick. I'll start over here. It's pretty obvious of what we
Look
have.
at this, yeah.
Yeah, we have then here, this is the gold tone,
yeah.
all plated in that 18-karat yellow gold. That's a part of this timepiece. Then we have that silver tone version, which has a little bit of that blush pink on the inside of the dial with a little bit of a fuchsia for the hands. The next color choice is then obviously that rose tone, 18-karat rose gold, and then that black. That's a nice, cool color.
Isn't that
you
cool?
have right
I
there.
don't think you could go wrong with any one of these color executions. And the functionality and what this watch is really makes it special. This is a hybrid design, so we're giving you that bolt pretty much integration here as well with the cable design. But now, too, for the first time ever, the action of this watch, right, where you have the center kind of floral design that's actually giving you the time of the watch. I love the way that's been done. And we can think about it this way. You know, when we talk about disc configurations all the time when we have them on our show, commonly with the master calendars and things like that, about the heavy modifications that take place because of the disc configuration versus the smaller subdial hands. Now you have this basically massive center structure that is rotating inside the case. It's extremely fun.
And as you can see, the watch on Marion's hand here, you know, the size of the watch is just a little bit more conservative. I mean, we're talking about 40 millimeters, so in a sense, it's that go-to size for the women out there. But it's just, you know, we had the other Lotus watch before, and that was a really, really popular sell of ours where we had the bracelet and the leather straps. So in a sense, this is sort of a sense that new generation when it comes to this watch. The item number is 643337. Again, that's item number 647337. So, and you know, we wanted to have the ladies on the show here tonight because about half our watches are dedicated for the women. We have a couple more coming up that actually, you know, I think maybe, Justin, even the rest of the watches we have coming up could be unisex.
Sure,
just
absolutely.
going between men and also women. So we appreciate the girls coming out for a long day. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the Lotus design because the Lotus is definitely one of my favorite flowers because if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but it grows out of like a muddy
Yes.
type of environment, and it turns into such a beautiful flower. So I think it's kind of nice to have a representation of something that, you know,
The
starts out
symbolism, yeah.
Yeah.
it starts out a little muddy and then kind of turns into a beautiful flower. So
Yeah,
it's a
that's
nice, beautiful piece to have on. It's one of my favorites.
That's excellent. Well, what color choices do you two like out of the three? The gold tone, the silver tone, the black, or the rose?
You know, rose gold is kind of what what I'm always drawn
It's
to
high
these
end,
days.
right,
We were
that
just
rose
talking
gold.
about that
I
lately.
know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have to agree. Rose gold has been my favorite, but now that I put the black one actually on,
Yeah?
I really like this one. too.
Okay.
I think black
Of course.
we just like all of them. You know, we
They're good
rotate.
choices,
They're all
definitely. You know,
beautiful
rose
choices.
gold's always high end. Black's actually a little bit more rare for the women too. So I wish
That-
we actually built
great
more
point.
in the black. Yeah.
Great point. Okay, so a 40 millimeter case, a watch is operated on a battery. And you know, just something new, something fresh, something here for the event. So make sure you're commenting on the chat live right now, because we want to see what you guys are liking about the event. What's the favorite watch you've seen, or what
Or what you're
also
waiting for,
are-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want to see here during the course of the event? Because we do have Evine's buyer out here, so we'll be monitoring that also in terms of just what you guys want to see.
He's going to be on
Maybe
the show
we can
coming
do
up
that.
later, right? That's what he said.
Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow, not tonight.
Tomorrow?
You know, final
Yeah.
thoughts on this too for the guys out there that are collectors, and you probably love that Bolt line. I mean, we all do. Maybe you want to get that special gift for her because the holidays are coming up just around the corner. This would be great to match one of those styles that you have with the cable design, but she's going to have her own kind of unique look too with that really cool lotus flower design.
Yeah, well, we're going to move on here. Thanks, Justin. We're going to move on. This is item number 647337, and it is that Invicta Women's Wildflower Bolt Quartz Mother of Pearl Bracelet watch. So, as we go on here to the next watch here, we'll get that out. And Anastasia, anything else further coming up on?
You can just come out.
Yeah, just
It's a
come out. That's
YouTube
all
show.
good. It's a YouTube show.
Behind the
We're
scenes.
raw. Here you go, Mike. Catch, ready? Oops. He had watches in his hand.
Let's see. We have a lot going on, of course, in this
Okay.
chat right now. A lot of people are asking where we're from. Estonia. People are asking if you are Swiss. Marianne, tell them where you're from.
I'm from Estonia.
Marianne is from Estonia, and I am from the Bahamas. So yeah, but that's one of
actually
the
pretty cool.
questions that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, and actually, my girlfriend is from Estonia, and it's one time down at the pavilion. She came down to visit, and you guys were talking, and I had no clue what they were saying.
it's
All I
dangerous.
heard was like, you know, all the, you know, this really cool language, and then I just heard Ryan Reed and also Miami. That's about all I picked up on when you guys were talking. So, but yeah, it's pretty neat to learn about that culture, and I hope to go there someday soon. Yeah, beautiful country is what I see. So, all right, well, we're going to go on to the next watch here. I haven't presented this yet.
You know,
Have
I got to see this very briefly the other day. What I love about this is, I mean, it's grand diver sophistication that we love, but you have a brand new unidirectional rotating bezel on here. You know, we were talking about the Generation 2 earlier with that liquid execution, where it had the taller bezel, where it had the 60-second scale actually on the side. Here,
Right.
though, you have the markers that have been done, so you can still see it from the side as well. So very cool, brand new execution. Here's the colors you're going to be ordering by the dial. So that first one is the blue, which is gorgeous, Ryan. That blue color on that,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
an
different-
ocean,
different blue for
beautiful
us.
ocean blue with that sunray finish. The next one is actually going to be the gold tone. That's going to be done in 18 karat yellow gold on the case as well. You can see on the side of the case, Grand Diver machined in on the side, Grand Diver helmet logo down there on the crown too. Gorgeous watches. Moving over a little bit more, this is the orange. I think this was the most popular color choice the other day with the black ionic plating on the case and that really cool pop of orange. And then you're going to go with that black variation, which is done in that silver too. There really is not a bad execution out of any
No,
one of these. They're all striking.
There really isn't. I'll give the blue over here to Marion to model. But
grab
what I
the
like
orange.
too, Justin, is this
Yeah.
is a completely different strap that we've used on the Grand Diver. I've never seen a silicone band like this before, where we actually have in the metal elements that you see here for this timepiece.
Yeah, and it's a variation of something we've done before, but you know, when you get into the silicone, it's extremely flexible, it's light, it's comfortable with that reduced weight. So even at this case size here of 47 millimeters, which is the classic size, men can wear it, women can wear it comfortably because of this strap too. And it's also built to well beyond true professional dive specs, 30 atmospheres
Yeah.
here, 1,000 feet. And here you can see how it's working even on a smaller wrist, so you can really get into a sophisticated design here today for this price.
So what we place inside for the movement is one of those go-to Oh, look at this.
I was gonna sneak around back, but I can't sneak back.
Yeah, you don't want to go back to
Thank
cactus.
you. What a great
So
messenger.
Heather Hall's here. Hey, look at this.
That's a cactus too.
Is it?
Here we go.
Be careful.
know,
Oh, look at
surprise for you
the
guys.
show just got a bit better.
Could be
Good.
potentially a
So,
little sneak
Jason,
peek.
Jason
Oh,
Taylor
I love it.
capsules here,
Oh, look at that.
and beers.
Oh look, there's one more.
Oh, there is.
Cheers.
Who's that
Cheers.
for?
The one who brought it out.
Oh, all
Look
right.
at that,
Very
guys.
good. I like
Someone
it.
wants to know.
Right in front of the camera. It's
little
YouTube. You
subtle-
said anything goes.
Little subtle promo there. So this is coming up tomorrow night?
Is this
that
tomorrow
right?
night?
That's tomorrow night.
This is
Tomorrow
what's
night.
exciting, guys, because we're going to get back to the Grand Diver here in a second. But you know, everybody knows the capsule, or I should say, if you're a watch collector, right, that has been following us for a long time, very rare to get into the capsule.
Yeah.
It recently did come back a few months ago, though. First time ever, though, in the JT series, so this is a big deal. Number limited edition here as well. And it might be, is it the first time that we've done this on a strap? I think so. Typically it's done on that bracelet.
Yes, but we had this strap on one other watch before, didn't we, Dustin? I thought we had this JT
Was it
strap.
on a Sub Aqua before? I think it was.
We had.
It was a Sub Aqua Nitro from years ago, maybe. Does that sound right?
It's a cool strap, though, where we do have the nylon that's associated along with that leather on the inside. So
Hey, Ryan
stay
and
tuned.
Justin, sorry to
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Interrupt.
But,
It's fine.
someone wants to know if you could bring only one watch on the cruise with you, which watch would it be?
Ooh.
That's a
It's tough
great
call.
question.
I'd
Do you wanna answer
probably
first,
bring
or-
a Sub 1 just because it's my favorite, favorite style. Absolutely Sub 1.
You know what? It would probably be this watch. It's really one of my go-to
You going for
watches
the
right
5?
now. Yeah, Sub Aqua number 5, Salida SW 500 on the inside. Just love it.
Great question, Mark.
Yeah.
Good question.
love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Mark.
Maybe you guys should let us know what watch you'd bring if you could only bring one. That is
Yeah.
a tough question, by the way. Whenever
Yeah,
you ask a watch collector something like that, one watch, come
One's
on.
never enough, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so are these twisties or not? Oh, here we go. All right, we're 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so this is, I think this is a first too, isn't it? Have we had a beer in the show yet?
I don't think so.
Someone's also asking if we party together, and who's the biggest party pooper?
Oh.
The party pooper.
Who's the party
This
pooper?
guy right here. Ryan cracked the beer
Yeah,
first.
go ahead.
He's clearly not the party pooper.
So, yeah. I don't know who would be the party pooper. You guys have been playing the games the whole time.
We've been
with
having
the
a good
cards.
time, yeah.
So we found out last night that I'd be the one out of all of us that would be buying stuff off of Craigslist, right?
Exactly.
Is that why somebody asked that question? Maybe they were watching
That was
last
the card
night.
that we drew.
That was a
Yes.
card we drew last night
There
during
was our
our
biggest
show.
flirt too, right?
Yeah,
There's-
that would be Kurt.
That was
Kurt's the
Kurt?
biggest
Yeah,
flirt.
Kurt the
That
flirt.
was Kurt
Kurt
the
the
flirt.
flirt.
Kurt the flirt. Exactly.
That's good.
Okay,
That's good.
you know what? We're going to come up to a watch here, and I have to say, because this is YouTube, when
Yep.
we were in on this meeting, when this watch was shown, it was like an estrogen grenade went off. The pin was pulled, and it
Oh, wait,
blew up in
what?
the room.
I want you to
all
kind
the
of
women-
clarify what that
all
means.
the women absolutely loved this watch, and especially the color that you're looking at right here. We're calling it the eggplant.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I just said
what? That's your term.
That's yeah. You know
Going
what? I heard
forward.
it somewhere
You can
else, and I'm
copyright
just going
that.
to use it.
But
I didn't want to wait forever to
What
use
are we?
it.
We
I thought
are
I'd bring
calling it
tonight.
eggplant.
Yeah.
It's so unique. You know, remember we actually I think, did you call it Celadon too? Because if you're familiar with one of the
Yes.
Sub Aquas, we had a dial kind of in this color that we could never keep in stock. I think it was in a master calendar kind of complication. Now you have the whole watch done with this, which is definitely visually striking.
Yeah. We'll put the gold tone on Marion here. I'll take that Grand Diver that you had. Did you taste the beer yet? Is it good?
Not yet. I'm sure it's
Ni-
good.
It's
I
nice and
will.
nice and refreshing. Yeah, we can crack another one here for you too, Anastasia. So I'll take this watch and put it behind. But we came screaming out of the gates the other night. Actually, Lynn's here right now. She's just behind the scenes. We debuted this watch, and it just started to fly out of here. And it's a big reason is because this watch is typically a big, bold 52 millimeter, even larger than the watch I have on my wrist, my personal watch. We've brought it down in size, over 1/4 of an inch. And if you don't think that's very much, it's actually quite dramatic when we're talking about watch sizes. So the watch, what I love is it's just completely mirror plated, whether it's in the silver tone, the eggplant, or what Marion has on, the gold tone. We have that beautiful grade A mother of pearl dial.
Oh, stunning. Yeah,
You know,
here you can see that
and-
on the screen.
And on top of it, automatic.
Mechanical, automatic build. What I love too is that, you know, we've talked about this before, it's a real watch, right? I mean, it's built to 50 atmospheres of water resistance like the original larger 52 millimeter case size. And by real, I mean life-proof, right? I mean, you can take this swimming, scuba diving, snorkeling, or maybe you're just hanging out by the pool and you want to jump in the water. You don't have to worry about that. So not only does it look great, it has the style, it has a design, but you don't have to worry about it. Wherever you want to take this watch, it will go with.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think this would be a great watch for the ladies, like if they were just walking around the resort here.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're in the pool, you're down at the beach, everything else. I mean, this is just, even though, you know, it has all that high mirror polishing, we want you to do whatever you want inside of this timepiece. As you'll notice right now, this one actually isn't running. And that's the whole reason. All you need to do to get this watch going, and this is a great example. So when you receive this watch, you want to unscrew the crown counterclockwise. It will pop out to what we call position 1. Probably about 15 turns. Watch what happens here to that second hand. Just starts to move then. You can pull out the crown to one position, just like you do on Quartz moves. You can adjust the date, pull out all the way. You can adjust the time, push everything back in and screw that down. And that watch is good to go in those,
You know, I'm glad that you show that quite often too, because a lot of times we forget about these things like this, because for us it's like, you know, like it's a simple thing, right? But we know that a lot of people, and I know watch collectors that are watching too, we already know that, but there's a lot of people that are joining us during the event so far. Ken, how many new customers have we added so far? About 8,000 new customers. So just keep that in mind. If you're that watch collector and you're watching and we're kind of breaking things down and you think it's very kind of elementary or something like that, it's for all the new customers too.
That's true. Okay, who do we have, Anastasia?
Well, there's a lot of action here. The eggplant seems to be the favorite.
Okay.
Nice.
So definitely one of my favorites as well. I love the tone. I love
why
the
don't you take it?
iridescent of it. Yeah.
Here you go.
This is something that I can definitely infuse into my wardrobe. I definitely think it's really nice for the season also, fall, and of course the holiday season.
And let me ask you this.
Nice.
I mean, because you girls have been with us for a number of years now.
Yes.
And I mean, have you ever seen anything from Invicta like that eggplant watch before?
This is my first time ever seeing something like this, and I think it's fabulous and such a statement piece, and really just, you know, it's a conversation starter, and who doesn't want that?
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, we say that all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's to get into something unique, I think, is what's special. Like, you're not going to bump into somebody wearing that same kind of plating that you have on here. And I know we have a few other kind of things in the pipeline coming up too. So very exciting things to come as far as plating goes.
Very nice. Well, we're going to move on from this. I just want to call it the item number in case you don't have that link right now. The item number is 646760, and we have the eggplant, we have the silver tone, and also the gold tone versions for these watches. So we really appreciate each and every one of you tuning in today.
Yeah.
Maybe you were watching the show with Heather Hall. She had Al, she had Justin, she also had Jason Taylor coming up. And you know what, stay tuned to our social media platforms. If you're not following us yet, please follow us. I know it's Being Zimmer on Instagram.
Yep.
It's in Justin Zimmer on Facebook.
Correct.
Ryan, it's Invicta Ryan on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do you want to do a call out to your sites at all?
Absolutely. If you guys would like to follow us on social media, I'm Anastasia Pierre, and across all networks, so you can find me there.
Very good.
And I'm Marianne _, actually _Vihar.
Okay, and that's Vijar, right?
Vijar.
Okay, very good.
I will include the spelling of both of ours in the chat, so
There
you
you
guys
go.
can follow us and
Should we
interact.
do a couple more questions before we get to another watch?
Sure, yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
What other questions do we have?
Okay, let's see. There needs to be an Invicta store in downtown Disney, Anaheim.
Okay.
That's
Noted.
that's a request there. Let's see. When is the Venom series and Coalition Force series and the Sea Hunter series watches coming out? Any updates?
Which one were they? Sorry.
It was a long question. Sorry about that.
Coalition, Sea Hunter, and yeah. Well, we have a coalition right here.
It's a newer
Great.
generation of coalition forces here. Do we have kind of an original generation coming back at some point? At some point they will.
New generation coalition in December.
New generation in December.
Okay.
But you know, that original generation that everybody's kind of fallen in love with too, I'm sure at some point that will come back. We don't know when, but it will at some point.
May 2015. Blow your mind.
May 2015.
That's after I assemble my time machine, of course. That'll happen.
All right. Well, here we're going to start off something, and this watch, everybody basically
love
who's
this
behind
one.
the scenes here,
Yeah.
Lynn and Heather and Dustin, we're all, along with Justin, and
Mm-hmm.
we're all in on this meeting. And this is something totally brand new for the Coalition collection. And it's a new series out there, and it's a 45 millimeter. And if you remember before, we did an octane, not the full size. We did a 48 millimeter, and we did it with that resin case.
Yeah.
And we have an ETA G10 on the inside. This is that same material for the bezel, and then also even for the case of this timepiece, and we have a variety of colors too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very durable material, guys. You know, it's a hardened material. This is all about taking a watch anywhere, right? Because it's about reducing the weight on not only the case, but the strap too, which means everybody can wear this.
Yeah.
And this has got to be, is this like the lowest price point that we have during our anniversary? So like everybody can really get into this.
Lowest Coalition forces bar none when it comes to
by
this
far,
watch.
sure.
I mean, this is the most inexpensive, and it's so lightweight also. And with this hardened polymer, it has a very strong resistance to corrosion, and you know, if you bump it into something, it will totally be okay. And I mentioned before, this is the same type of material that's used on like power tool housing. So I mean, if those big power tools are using stuff, I mean, this is something that can get bumped around quite a bit. So if you're a little bit harder on your watches, or you just need that watch to, you know, just do your daily grind, and you know, you're hard on your watches, this really might be that ticket for you. We've even included in that Flame Fusion crystal. And I like the day-date complication. I hope we do that a little bit more with the three-hand movement, because
It's a
that
nice
might be a little,
classic feel and look.
yeah, you know, there's some other movements out there that do have that, but I hope we incorporate that a little bit further. But still, like with the Coalition Forces, it's really easy to be able to read and tell the time inside the dial with a quick glance looking down.
You know, it was originally that military-inspired kind of watch, and you're going to notice it still has that feel, that kind of look to it, the way that the dial's been laid out as well, the way the bezel's been done. This is that orange, guys, so you're going to get into that orange strap. Keep in mind, it's all done in that silicone. Black case, and then you have the striking orange hour markers too, and like Ryan said, it makes it very easy to read because you have those huge Arabic numerals. But this is all about reducing that weight, so if you want to get something that you can wear all day long, this is it. Another perfect item for gift giving. Just think about this.
big time.
Teenagers, men, women, virtually for everybody here today.
We have a question from Nitty Gritty Cycles,
Okay.
and the question is, any chances of a titanium sand 3?
Those
think we've
are
ever
things
done that
we've,
before,
we've
yeah.
done
No?
titanium subaquanoma 3s before, and we've done some even both, like with stainless steel and titanium. And it's one of those things, again, we haven't seen titanium for a while in designs like that, but once again, they'll come back. They will. I don't know exactly when. We could ask Dustin if it's in the pipeline. It's not in the pipeline, but I can guarantee you it will come back at some point.
We also
There you go.
Okay.
Put one in
Because of your
production.
question, there's going to be one in production right now. So right now is the time. If you want a watch put into production, just put, this is for Dustin, and then the watch. And we'll there he is right here. And,
Put it in production.
and we'll pass that on.
We also have, will there be any DC Comics character watches? Would love to have a Wonder Woman or Superman watch. That'd be kind of cool. I'd love that. Wonder Woman for sure.
Don't know about that yet, so.
But we have the exciting launch of Marvel on Saturday. Who do we have? I know we've been asked this quite a bit. We have Iron Man. Oh, we can't say that?
Man of Iron. Man of Iron.
We have Tony.
Tony Mark.
Tony.
Stark.
We have Tony.
Can we say Thor?
Yes.
Okay, we got Thor.
We have Smash Hulk.
Hulk.
Hulk Smash.
Who else? Captain America.
Yep. Spider-Man.
Are there any of the ones I'm not supposed to say? Because you should stop me before I say it. Spider-Man.
All of them.
Cool.
Just tune in.
Saturday. Is it Saturday night?
Saturday night, 10 p.m.
Eastern.
10 p.m.
10 Eastern. We're going an hour early,
You're right.
typically, and I believe AL is scheduled to be on that show.
You will be.
Yep. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, we have a Subaquanoma 1
Nice.
with a 3-slot dive case, and this is actually the last watch of our show. So
Oh.
if you guys want to get your questions over to Anastasia real quick here, because we're going to wrap things up in just a few minutes.
We
But
have a question about vintage watches.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Any
Oh, just any more?
more vintage watches coming?
Like
All
vintage
the time.
line.
Yeah.
The
Check
vintage
out the
line
website.
is something we do quite often. Absolutely. So that will be coming around.
Just
Great.
go to Evine's website and just type in Invicta Vintage, and it will pull up all the watches within
Yep.
that collection out there. So
Nice.
that's an easy
Good
way
question,
to go
though.
do it.
I
Yeah.
love the vintage line too because it's really throwing it back to some of the original styles. Very
I
cool
agree.
question.
Vintage is always in style.
Now
for
this
me.
is Disney.
Yeah.
This is very exciting.
Well, yes, it is. And so what this is this is the first time that we've actually had Disney in a Subaquanoma 1 with that mechanical automatic.
Nice.
And also where Mickey's arms and hands actually tell the time inside of the watch.
You know, I find it interesting because when we originally launched this, and it was a little bit over a year ago, that was like the biggest kind of, the most feedback that we got from collectors was, where is that watch? Where is that watch really throwing it back to the vintage styles where Mickey's hands are operating as the hands of the watch? We did eventually come out with a piece like that, but now, like Ryan said, historic, because we're going into the original Sub-Aqua, which is the Generation 1, throwing it back to more of the original designs with the Mickey. We call it the pose, so it's more of the, the originals, keep in mind, from like 1928, and with those hands now that operate that way as well. And the case, I think, is
Will you guys open
stunning.
that case? I'd love to see what's
Yeah,
inside.
for sure. So when you open up the case here, oh my God! Holy shit! That's
buddy.
why everybody has their phones out.
Ryan,
Kendi got me.
Just that it's right under your
Ryan, I don't know if we had it, if we
I
had,
thought it was a big tarantula. I don't like spiders.
we might have got a holy something out of Ryan there.
Well, we
It's a
can
good
say
thing we're
that
on
it's YouTube. It's YouTube. Holy!
I was screaming louder than you.
Did you? It's right by your
You
foot.
got me a little bit too.
That's why
I
was wondering why everybody's like looking. And then, so
What do you
you're in
mean
on
you
this
wanna
too,
see what's in the
Anastasia, huh?
case? What do you mean you want to see what's in the case? Where is he?
Yeah, you got to get him back down by the water here soon.
get him
so
back
we'll
down.
work on that here in just
we
a
have
second.
We have a question from Sean right before.
Okay.
So funny.
He jumped out of there, by the way.
What are your favorite material to have a dial made out of? Meteorite, abalone, mother of pearl,
Abalone.
etc. Abalone, I'm sorry.
Our favorite?
Favorite,
Oh, it'd have to
yes.
be meteorite. Absolutely,
Meteorite?
hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, meteorite. There's Kendi.
I love the mother
She's
of pearl.
cracking up.
Kendi must have been
Kendi's
responsible.
here.
Kendi must have been responsible. Did you see me though? I actually knew you were doing it. It surprised me too.
Look at Kendi.
Maybe we need
She's-
a shot of Kendi because
We need a
that's
shot of
the
Kendi.
good
She's
TV
just
right
like, she's. Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
That was very funny.
Well, at least I can go to sleep tonight knowing she got me back. So, whew. All
That's
right.
funny.
We have this watch. It's a mechanical automatic. I mean, pretty
Did
much
you
all
check?
the
Maybe there's
pretty
another
much all
one
the
in
wheels are off the wagon right now. So I just, well, look, yeah. Is that it?
Oh, he might have went to the bathroom in
He
there.
probably did.
Oh.
Okay. So, all right. Well, here's no. I just have to get this straight. So,
Yeah.
hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now everybody's
now
gone.
everybody- That's why we had the
That's-
big audience. Clearly, it's
And
not
everybody had
because
their
of
phones
us.
out for a reason. I'm like, what are they doing? What's going on? So, okay, that was pretty good.
Well
Okay,
played.
well, we're gonna wrap up the show, but we want to do something here special for you guys for tuning in. And Anastasia, I want you to just scroll through, just do a quick scroll and just stop and land on somebody on there who's looking at right now.
Okay.
Pick out somebody's name.
Let's see. We have Adam West.
Adam West. Okay, Adam, if you are on right now, please comment on the bottom because we have something special for you. Jeff Shelley, actually the character art director for Disney, he actually did a couple extra characters, and we want to give one to you. And this is actually Mickey out in the sun.
Nice.
So if you can go on right now and make sure you comment on there, the administrator, not Anastasia, we have an administrator back in Minnesota that's monitoring everything on YouTube. You guys can connect,
Look at
and
that.
we'll get this out to you. So
And he signed it, and there's a
Wow.
crab there
There's
as
a
well
crab
to
there,
commemorate
too.
the show.
Very special.
and
Very cool.
Disney Jeff Shelley. So this is something really, really cool. And make sure that you comment down at the bottom, and the administrator will get back to you. So we really appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here tonight. And
you for joining us, yeah.
I think I might have to change my underwear after that little
You know
episode.
what I think? I don't
was
think
funny.
you're playing. I think you're telling us the truth.
I'm
pretty
not
good
kidding.
reaction.
I'm not kidding. So, all right. Well, you know what? We're all going to be here tomorrow night too. So tune in tomorrow night for our YouTube show. Thanks, everybody.